Hi, I'm Judy Barlow, Chairman of the Legislation and Research Committee for the National Federation of Republican Women. The Legislation and Research Committee was formed in January of 2024, and we hit the ground running. Our immediate task was to pick 3 initiatives supported by legislation that we would focus on for 2024 and 2025. We developed and assigned committees and chairs for each of those. The 3 initiatives that we set forth were our economy that is broken, our wide open southern border and the ensuing illegal immigration that we're seeing, and parental rights, which has to do with the healthcare, upbringing, and education of our children. Our radar initiative that we also chose was Keep None on the Supreme Court. Something exciting happened with that this year. Martha Jenkins, who is our advisor, sat on the RNC platform committee, and she was able to get this initiative put on the RNC platform. So thank you to Martha Jenkins and to our committee co-chair, Teresa Speak, and that committee for all the work that you've done on the Keep Nine initiative this year. With legislative days scheduled for March, we developed print and digital materials to include talking points, leave behinds, supplemental information, and Facebook posts, which you're seeing still ongoing right now. Legislative Day was held on the Hill for the first time since pre-COVID. Meetings were held on the Senate side of the Capitol Welcome Center and the Russell Senate Office Building. Our women met with U.S. senators and representatives, which included Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming, Senator Ted Budd from North Carolina, and both of those senators participated in a panel discussion that was called Legislation That Matters. Deborah Boyd, who is on our legislative committee, chaired that panel discussion, and it was great. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith from Mississippi and Senator John Cornyn from Texas also spoke in that morning session. In the afternoon session, we went over to the historic Kennedy Caucus Room. Over there, our featured speaker was Senator Katie Boyd Britt from Alabama, and she spoke of her experiences as a freshman senator, and she received 2 standing ovations in a room that was packed out with over 150 of our women. One way we have kept you up to date on legislation and prospective bills is through action alerts. Those are available on our legislative resource page. 3 of those had to do with the Israeli Security Assistance Support Act, which was HR 8369, the Keep Nine success story that I just mentioned, and the Laken-Riley Act. A new resource provided by our committee this year is our Zoom podcast series called America's Kitchen Table, and that's where I'm coming from right now. This series we just talked to elected officials and others about matters that are everyday issues that pertain to our lives and our families' lives. These podcasts are available through our YouTube channel and on our resource page as well. Some of those podcasts were Legislative Day, which was our first one, and we just talked about training and getting you ready for Legislative Day with schedules and all the information you would need to have a successful day on the Hill. We next interviewed Texas Senator Ted Cruz in regards to the open border and illegal immigration that we're seeing, what Texas has done and what he sees the federal government doing to address that situation. Then parental rights. We talked with Senator Katie Boyd Britt while we were at the convention, and she gave us some insight and updates on some of the bills she and other Republican colleagues were working on, such as the MOMS Act, the IVF Act, and others. And then economy. Last week, we spoke with Arizona Congressman David Swikert from the 1st District, And he just gave us some insightful information about how we got where we are with our economy. So we're looking forward to getting that out to you guys as soon as possible. For the remainder of the year, we will continue to watch current legislation that is sitting in the Senate. We are actively researching new bills introduced that will affect our economy and our open border illegal situation and our parental rights. We will continue to provide action alerts through Capital Connection on critical pieces of legislation as they are introduced. Knowledge is power, and as we stay informed, it gives us a stronger voice. This is true not only with our senators and congressmen, but on a state level as well. The results of the election on November 5th are critical to the future of our country. A Republican president, House, and Senate will open the door for new legislation that will fix the state of economy that we're in. We will continue to focus on those three same initiatives of economy, the border with illegal immigration, and parental rights. And we'll keep a watch on keep an eye on the Supreme Court issue. A Democrat president, Senate, and or House will be a much more difficult situation to work, but we will continue to work our hardest with what we have and with our senators and congressmen. Our pledge to you is we will work with our Republican senators and congressmen to be your voice and your advocate on what is happening in our communities, state, and our nation. We will continue to bring you interviews and podcasts with elected officials and others to give you up-to-date, firsthand information on where we are with our initiatives. Our Legislative and Research Committee page on our NFRW website will be kept up to date with vital information you will need as you're working on your state and local level and on the national level as well. We will work together to make America safe, wealthy, and strong again. Please email us with any comments, concerns, suggestions. That would be nfrwlegislation@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to our committee heads and our co-chair this year, Jonelle Talley-Fulmer, who have done an outstanding job in researching all of these initiatives and trying to get the best information out to you guys. The economy sub-chair is Diane Caldwell, Teresa Speak is Keep Nunn, and Teresa Rima is Parental Rights. And thank you to our team that puts together these podcasts, Tim Lauer and Libby Franklin. Thank you for your help with these. And we look forward to working with you next year. Thank you, and let's work together for a brighter future.